You know, when I look around at all the entrepreneurs who are grinding it out, spending 70 to 80 hours per week growing their business, you have to ask yourself the question, at what cost? Hi, my name's Tim Uchuk, and in this podcast, we're going to be exploring the tools, tactics, and strategies for crushing it and scaling your business without making the ultimate sacrifice of your time and freedom. Our weekly coaching call for our Perfect Week coaching program, where I help out entrepreneurs to make that transition from operator to owner. And what I mean by that is most of the time in businesses, you start out as you, the one person who's handling all the transactions, and then you get too many transactions, you hire that next person, and then the next, and the next, and things start to get a little bit overwhelming, a little bit complicated, because the sales side of your business is starting to churn, but the operations, the fulfillment side of your business is starting to stall because you don't have systems in place to handle things in your absence. And so this is where I help out. And in today's coaching call, the theme came up around this herding the Katz Metaphor, which is to say that you've got a bunch of people on their team, but you don't have the right people in the right seats doing the right things at the right time. And it feels like herding cats. And a common symptom of this is when you're having conversations, but the conversations in terms of, you know, I want to get this done tomorrow, or I want you to get this done tomorrow. If it's just a conversation, it's just like that tree falling in the woods that nobody is there to witness it. It's very easy to just kind of blow it off. And for blowing it off, that just to become the way that things are done. And this busyness, the conversation and narrative around, I'm so busy, the day got away from me, I didn't get it done. It's very easy to do if you don't have a system in place to hold your guys' feet to the fire, yours included, everybody on your team. And so this is something that you could set up in like literally 2 minutes. And even though most of my businesses we're in the cloud now, which is kind of a necessity because I run our businesses, manufacturing and equipment distribution, remotely. So we have to be in the cloud because these can only go so far. But we started here. My first self-managed teams, we used this stuff, good old Postit Notes. And it really formed good habits in the team because these, in essence, act like mini contracts. These are like mini contracts. When you write down on a piece of paper something that you're going to get done and, you know, by when, and you put it next to somebody's name, Joe here, it's like a little contract. And if you guys are looking at that every single day, if it's for 5 minutes or 10 minutes every single morning at 9, and you're saying, hey Joe, did you get that thing that you wrote down that you said you were going to get done? You've got a much, much greater chance of achieving this stuff. It's really, really simple, but the very fact that you're writing this stuff down and you're methodically just following this stuff through, just like this, is going to help shift those habits for people, transition your culture into one of accountability and transparency. This is called making work visible. In the absence of this, it's in here, which means it's nowhere, because it might be in your head, but that doesn't mean that your team knows that stuff needs to get done. And if you want to get this stuff out of your head, which I think is the best way to go, set up a simple system like this. And this is how you do it. You have this week doing, done, stuck. Now, I like to use this week because it forces you to work in 1 week sprints where everything that you commit to that starts right here, you know, it's moving left to right. Everything here, you're saying, I'm going to get it done by Friday. And that forces you to do two things. It forces you to prioritize things that need to get done this week versus next week. And more importantly, it forces you to break things down, you know, eating that elephant one bite at a time. If you've got to get something done by Friday, you have no choice but to make it achievable, digestible. So again, this week, doing, done, stuck. You've got your owners here. So these are the people that are responsible. And you would just literally have, if this is a task, you would have it next to Joe. So Joe, this is under this week. This is on Monday, and then hopefully Joe's moving this thing across the bridge to done. If it's if it's stuck, it's going to go to the far right underneath stuck here. This is kind of like a mirror, it's opposite. And then over here, if you have projects, just really quick to follow this through, Backlog is all the stuff that you want to get done at some point in the future. And so backlog moves into this week. Once a week, you're saying, what's all the things that we want to get done from here by the end of Friday this week? And then it flows forward. If you had projects that you wanted to work on, you could have those to the left here. So if you had 2 projects, you could number them. So project 1, project 2, and then the tasks could correspond with those numbers as well, if that makes sense. It's a glorified to-do list. It's really simple, but again, you're creating transparency, you're creating ownership, you're getting this stuff out of your head, and you're making small mini contracts that are going to hold people accountable. Get those habits in place. Really important though, if you're going to start this stuff, do it at the same time every day. So if you're going to be looking at this thing once a day, Monday through Friday, set a time. So if it's 9 o'clock, say 9 o'clock, it's going to go no more than 15 minutes. What did you get done since yesterday? What are you doing today? Where are you stuck? If you miss the meeting or you show up late and you're screwing around, you're going to establish the wrong habits. You're going to give people the permission to not take this stuff seriously. So take it seriously, start the meetings on time, set that standard from the get-go, and communicate that this stuff's really important, and make it fun. This stuff is really fun. It's fun to get stuff done. This is really easy to do. People really take to it pretty easily. It doesn't get much more simple and easy than this. All you need are Post-its and a Sharpie, and you can see an unfinished wall in my basement, because we're going to get this finished in the next couple of months in our new house here. But I hope that's helpful, and let me know if you have any questions, if I can help answer any questions around this stuff. Also, if you want, there's going to be some training below where I go a little bit deeper on this stuff in terms of transitioning from operator to owner in your business. So if you feel like things are getting a little bit complicated and you're experiencing that growth in your business, and you want to learn an easier way to make that transition, reclaim your freedom, and also have just a proven system, eliminate the guesswork of putting this stuff in place, click on the link below. There's a 10-minute video where we can go a little bit deeper on this stuff. Hope that's helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hey, Tim Uchuk here, and real quick, if you enjoyed this podcast episode, if you could take a couple quick seconds to give it a rating, it would be very much appreciated. And secondly, if you're looking for more tools and strategies on how you can crush it in life and business, just head on over to bookwithtim.com, where I've put together a free case study which shows you how to unlock unprecedented freedom today by using the 2 power levers. Just head on over to bookwithtim.com. Until next time, wishing you success and freedom in your business. Cheers.